Hello world, it is Thursday, April 22nd, 2021, and a beautiful, gorgeous, sunshiny morning this morning, if not a little cold. I think it was 25 when I let the dogs out, but it's supposed to be in the 50s today, or low 50s, so it should be a beautiful spring day. Today I'm going to be reading the devotion again from the book Rise Up, Spirituality for Resistance. And the devotion I'll be reading is entitled Underestimated by Marche Greer. Marche bases the devotion upon 1 Samuel 17, verse 49. Reaching into his big bag and taking out a stone, he slung it and struck the Philistine in the forehead. The stone sank into his forehead and he fell face down on the ground. Marche writes, do you ever feel underestimated? Maybe it's because of your age. People disregard your innovation because you're too old, or dismiss your leadership potential because you're just another millennial who knows it all. Maybe it's because of your background. People can't see that whether you use rural drawls or city vernacular to say it, you still have something important to say. Maybe it's how you resist. People won't take you seriously because you'd rather grab a bullhorn instead of a briefcase, or because you still believe that a hug and a bit of hope can change us all. People underestimating you can be your greatest weapon. Just ask David. He is a young shepherd when he volunteers to fight Goliath, a champion warrior who happens to be a giant. King Saul tries to tell David he can't fight Goliath because of his age and inexperience, but David tells Saul that he is ready for the fight. And David is ultimately right. He defeats Goliath even though no one, including Goliath, thought he could. If Goliath had known David was a stronger opponent, the story may have ended differently. Goliath might have been on higher alert when he fought David, or even asked for backup. When people who participate in oppressive systems underestimate your heart, they unintentionally give you more power to overcome their oppression. They can't see the strengths you bring to the battle for justice, if they're already written you off for age and experience or some other trait they perceive as weakness. So the next time someone underestimates you, remember, what they don't see in you can be the one thing you need to win that campaign, overturn an unjust law, or bring safety for the marginalized. An underestimation may be an unfair dismissal, but it can also set your path for victory. And Marche's prayer. Thank God I'm underestimated. I like this devotional because it kind of fits with the discussion I was having the other day with my anti-racism discussion and action group. And one of the things we talked about was fear about doing anything. And there's lots of things that come into play, but some of the things Marche touches on are part of that. Fear keeps us from doing anything because we might fear that we can only do so little that it really won't make a difference. Or we may believe what people say about us, which makes us afraid to even try. But I think we should never underestimate the effect of whatever action we may undertake in any case. We never know what little thing we may do may set something else in motion that goes far beyond what we did. And so that makes what we did much more powerful than we would have ever thought. So don't be afraid. And don't think because people are belittling you that you have no power or strength. Because they told David he could never defeat Goliath, and yet he did. So I hope this gives you courage to do what you can with what you have, where you are, and know that you're doing something. Take care, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.